we're still dead. I don't think that's going to change. Certainly not. Welcome back. Hello. Time for more adventures of Ghost Detective. The other Ghost Detective. Hi, how's it going? It's more Murdered Soul Suspect today. Last time we got started and we got thrown out of... Where's the building? That building, where the light is coming from. We got thrown out of a window. We landed here, roughly. I think the glass is still here. They didn't clean up the glass, even though they cleaned up the rest of the crime scene. We're dead, though. We got to figure out who killed us and who the guy is. Because potentially he's a serial killer. The Bell Killer, as he's called. We learned a little bit about being a ghost. Went up the apartment building. Went through the crime scene again. And found out that there was another witness to what was going on. So, was the killer after this person? So we went over to the church. Way off in the distance. There's the steeple way over there. Went there. That was Arthur Morgan. I think there's a picture. There's a picture with Ronan O'Connor here. With Aiden Pierce. That's his name. I think. Aiden Pierce. The guy from Watch Dogs. And there's another picture. And then there's another guy like on the other side of him. I think it might be Arthur Morgan. I'm not sure. So we went over to the church in order to figure out where she was, because she's hiding in the attic of the church, but it's in the place in the church that would actually have an attic. Found out about her, Joy. I assume her name is because her mother, Cassandra, is missing. Joy has to go and find her mother's book, Cassandra's book. That's going to lead us to the police station. And that's where we're headed now. But before that, we need to explore and kind of get a feeling of more about Salem, Massachusetts. And I think I mentioned this in the last one, but I do really like the meshing and combination of old-time Salem, with its gallows and whatnot, just kind of in there just because we are ghost and are able to see that, versus modern Salem and all blurring together. There's some really good ideas in this game. I will say there's some really good ideas. The problem is, as we'll see with this first section as we go over to the police station, is that we're going to be spending some time picking up a lot of the collectibles there. Because this game is a little bit of a collectathon. Oh, way too many things in order to pick up there. As we do that, kind of ask, well, is there a map at all for kind of going around? In game, no. Out of game, yes. Because when you get this game, you also get access to what was called a digital strategy map, which is just a map. Except this is 2014, so I'm just going to get walking into the alley here. 2014 was the big time when, especially like broadcast television and the Wii U was 2 years in, second screen technology was a huge thing. The thing about that is that a lot of other places and games wanted to make use of that too. As we get rid of some barrels, I'm going to pick up this photo, which I presume is an actual person, but I couldn't actually tell you why. So if you want a map and actually want to navigate through this world, you need to have it on a second screen digitally. The other thing about it is that you can't get access to this map anymore. The website's taken down. Now, you can still find it, but you just can't get it officially anymore. For instance, if you were to go onto the Steam community for this game, you'd be able to pick up the map there, because all the maps were created in a wonderful, handy dandy special guide. What? Terrible, awful, no good, very bad thing. Alright, I'm gonna go away. See you later. Okay. We got lots of collectibles to get on our way. So let's see. We gotta go. It's weird because we've already been here, but we weren't here in its entirety. So there's a bunch of things to actually find here. For instance, you might remember, if you watched last time, that we are able to possess cats. You do it again. Only black cats. The cat's all the same. Especially when there was a collectible way up there, so we need to go pick that up. Meowing all the way. Sometimes this running doesn't actually work as well as it should. And up. First this woman.
Miss, what happened here? That looks like a baby down there.
Please help me. It's supposed to be dead. I can still feel growing inside me. It's trying to rip its way out.
Wait. You did this? You killed your own kid?
You don't understand. There was something wrong with it. It wasn't human. It was something else. Something darker.
What the hell are you talking about?
It showed me things. Horrible things. This was the only way to stop them from happening. But I was too late. They've already begun. I can see them crawling their way up from the flames. We have to run!
Which one should we do? You'll never escape. You're in hell. More purgatory, limbo in this case, but
You can't run from
be nice.
this. If you want it to stop, you have to find a way to move on.
I can't. There's nowhere to go. There's only darkness and flame.
Yep.
There's no escaping this hell.
Yeah, bet not. Okay. I don't think we need the cat. I'm gonna take the cat. Or I can't take the cat. Okay. Never mind. Let's just head down. Whee! He's good with heights now. I want to head this way. Yeah. So many of these bits here. As we get through like a lot of the Bell Killer information there. Oh, there's our 50th collectible. Nice. We just get bits and pieces of the whole case that is built around the Bell Killer, because it's not just involving us specifically, because this is supposed to be a serial killer. So we're gonna pick up a bunch of things, including, well, this is based on Grace. Like we have C. Nelson, A. Grace, G. Soderbergh. We have three people that aren't us that were also involved and were victims of the killer. Yeah, over here. Bunch of things. First, oh, come on. There we go. Oh yeah, Julia. Julia, you're not gonna... We don't hear from her, but she definitely doesn't quiet down. Family is what you're given, and also what you make it. Had such a lovely dinner with Rex and Ronan, the two men of my life. What are the chances that these two guys are going to be the best of friends, like brothers? They can really be themselves around each other, and I get to see a different side of each of them. I'm so grateful. We'll have more information, but it's like, so we had Rex, who is this guy, who does have a relationship with Ronan, but specifically what hasn't been established yet. Oh, he's mean.
Those street brawls. It's amazing I lived as long as I did.
It was crazy how often someone picked a fight with me from early on, trying to put me in my place at first, then trying to prove something with their failed attempts to beat me down. Didn't anyone ever tell them? Never poke the sleeping bear. Sure. But over here, there's something else to get. Apart from... Can't reveal you? Hello? No? I suppose not? Yeah, something I'm missing here. It's supposed to be... Over. Yeah, there it is. Because they work in pairs. So if you find something with one name on it, there has to be something else. Nothing to do with this building. Okay. I don't think this is supposed to... I think this is supposed to be here. Can't do anything about that. Sometimes it's not because I can't do anything, but sometimes I can't find the actual prompt to it. Like, they should have a reveal prompt for this, but I don't think there is one. Burn shock. Kerosene from an oil lamp covered front of clothing, hands, and face. Likely a large spell, then ignited by a nearby flame. This door I can get rid of. And we should be back. Yeah. Doesn't feel like it, but there we go. I believe this one I already picked up. Yeah, already picked that one up. That has to do with Rex going, oh no, he's dead. And again, look at all the hide spots. Because again, maybe there's demons, maybe not. Last time we saw demons was in the church. What a place for them to be. I still remember the first time I laid eyes on that man. Ronan had all that bad boy swagger. I hate saying the word. And I admit I liked it, but what I liked even more was the heart underneath the facade that he couldn't hide. He was a guy from a rough neighborhood, but it hadn't hardened him as much as he let on. Yep. What does the news say? Not much. Community speculation is increasing that this is the work of a single killer. In the absence of other connecting clues, the consistent thread is the strange bell-shaped symbol found at many of these crime scenes. No one has even the remotest theory on the meaning of the symbol, but this bell killer may have a personal reason for leaving this insignia. Yep. I'm going to be very happy when I don't have to find all the messages there, but there's still plenty to look for. Still have to find 13 more of those. Ronan's parents really sound unstable. Must have been really difficult for him, growing up and feeling pressure to follow the unstable criminal paths his parents walked. And now he's my diamond in the rough. Such a sweet soul, strong enough to keep his sweetness with everything his parents put him through. It's rare someone with a legitimate reason to be frustrated with his parents and the way they raised him. Never once complained about it. Such a better person than anyone realizes. We'll get bits and pieces just kind of dropped in here and there about that parental backstory. Oh, yeah. Like I said, there's no map, so you can't even, like, in-game anyways, in order to, like, keep track of where you are and what you're doing. Okay. Especially since this isn't really the way we're supposed to go. So they just really open up things. Let's head this way. Here's the pops the question one. Now again, these are strangely out of order. But they might expect you to pick it up earlier. Today he asked, and I honestly didn't know what to say. I want to be with him. I love him. But when he asked to marry me, I found myself unable to say anything, like my voice was frozen. And he just knelt there, my silence crushing him. And then he got up. It was 5 minutes before I could tell him I needed to think. Have I blown it now? Hey, lady, what are you thinking?
Would a new police chief do better?
Me on a bench. My goal is we're going to find all of those gas cans by the end of this. It will be a bit because it's, out of all the stories so far, it's the one that's spread out the most. All right. Go not that way. Oh dear. I do like the feeling of usually just like getting lost in a city there. But when you have so many collectibles, and as someone who's played Prototype, I know the feeling there. Kind of want to root yourself so that you're not fiddling around and forgetting where you actually are. Oh. Meanwhile, there's another cat. forgot about the amount of possession you're able to do outside of here. The reason for that is, of course, we got to go up somewhere. That being this way. Do. Yep. And up we go. Ugh. Sometimes the jump doesn't want to work. There we go. And we want to go down. This is what I have. This is what I remember, getting down and then disposition, because we want to keep this cat on the ground. And we can, unlike the other one who's just with the ghost lady now. Now we want. Love all these high spots. Joop, joop, joop. Doesn't really help, but it's there. Our first of the last category. There we go. Judgment House. Which we won't be seeing today. Otherwise, they wouldn't have posted this here. Known as Judgment House, the former residence of Judge John Hathorne, 1641 to 1717. Who at times held court in his own parlor room. He kept the accused locked in his cellar, as was the custom in colonial times. His unfortunate role in the witch trials of 1692 became a permanent blotch on his name. Compared to all the other stuff, you know? That's not what I was supposed to pick up yet. I'll have to go back and read that because there is over somewhere. Again, it's these dang things. Ah, yes, in here. Into the darkness we go. There it is.
Oh, things have ruined this town.
Yep, that's what flowers do, little girl. It's fine. Alright, what was it? We had... Salem feels dangerous. Salem is supposed to be a quiet place. The kind of place where you can escape the problems of the big city. But it's getting to where I don't feel safe walking outside at night here anymore. I talked with Ronan about it, and he tries to assure me he's the most dangerous guy in this town. But the bravado doesn't help much. Something is sick about this place. That's kind of the thing with you living in Salem. Kind of got a reputation for that. But also, like, I'm going to look at the population of Salem, Massachusetts. What is it now? Salem, Massachusetts. Population. Oh, you're supposed to give me a population. Darn you. Come on now. Oh yeah, 44,000 people. It's, as of 2020, very small. And that's kind of the thing about small towns, and especially when it comes to like where you are, like, oh, that one. I think that's actually one of the worst Nancy Drew games. Nancy Drew. Midnight in Salem. Yeah, Midnight in Salem. Yeah, hasn't been. Yeah, I remember that one. Wasn't received very well compared to the other Nancy Drew titles. Because if I remember correctly, yeah, I think it was again, trying to connect towards the Salem witch trials and whatnot. Yeah, I'm all turned around. Where am I? Heading in here. Let's park. Lovely cannons. That, I think there is a plaque around here somewhere for the cannons, but we'll get to that eventually. Really pick up the pace. I'm going to be going longer than possible if I'm not remembering that there is a run button and that we can use it. Because, yeah, with this, it feels like such a slower game, and you really don't get... Like, walking just seems to be the right thing to do with it. With this game. Oh, you had feedback? That's annoying to deal with. The last time I had to deal with that was having the issue of I had that issue, and it's like, okay, this took me a couple hours, and it was with that echo, like, it's always going to be the easiest thing in order to fix here. All right, let's do something different here.
And Laura, they're dead. It's all my fault. We were just having fun. It was an accident. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I can't even remember doing it.
The other thing with time lapse, though, is like I keep looking at the GOG page, and apparently Knife Dive was also involved with it being able to run at all. Like, I guess it was an earlier thing that Night Dive did.
Calm down for a second and talk to me. What's your name?
Here, let's talk to the man.
Brad.
Good. Now, tell me what happened.
I don't know. We were out in the town blowing off some steam. One drink turned into three, and three turned into... who knows how many. The details are hazy. I must have been driving Rick and Laura home when... Oh, God. I killed them. I'll never forgive myself for doing this.
You don't know if you did. You said it yourself. The details are hazy. Now, I can take a look around here and see if anything jumps out at me.
God, what have I done?
Yeah, you would think, like, with the amount of specific the specific combinations that time-lapse uses for it that have now been just taken over by Windows, think it would have been remapped in some way, shape, or form. All right. Well, this man, you can see by his car, which is weirdly also a ghost car. Like, it. I know that the excuse is that it's consecrated, but yeah, this car is not consecrated in any way.
This must be Brad's car. It's not looking good.
I remember looking at the rejected license plates on social media. I'm going like, this would probably be in the rejected pile for license plates. I honestly think, yeah, you're right about that, because I'm trying to remember, it's like when I did my LP of it, I used a virtual machine for it because it was going to be the cleanest, cleanest way I could possibly do it at the time. I'm going like, I don't remember parts of the UI going completely baked, right? Because I didn't play it on my native machine. Anyway, what else do I need to find here? I need to find... We got this. We got this. And it's a little further in. Yeah, it's this.
It's not much, but it's something. Gas station's enough.
An SOC gas receipt on the night of the accident. The long shot, but I should check that area.
Or from here, I should check it out.
So this is a kind of a special investigation because usually the investigation is kind of in a singular place. But this time you have to get the information from a little bit further away. Armaments history plaque. There we go. On the spot stood a fortification that contained the armament store sought by British soldiers on February 26, 1775. The brave citizens of this town kept the British Army at bay by the strategic use of drawbridges, thereby preventing the seizure of critical weapons for the war that would begin only months later. There is a... Yeah, this wall. Yeah. Is hiding here. Oh, little town. Ron and I talked about the sleepy little town and whether we both wanted to stay. Kind of thought he'd say we should move to Boston someday. Or even New York. But he's happy here. There's something about knowing every street corner, every brick in a place. I was relieved. I think we'll be in Salem until we die. I feel like it's underutilized because the easy thing to say is it's easy, but I'm having trouble saying it. The easy thing is that we have to look at like the people who are actually playing stuff like this, and they kind of don't want that. But the other thing about it is when you have to come down to the developing standpoint of it, you need a team of developers who have faith in what they're building. Now, technically, they could just go into the police station because it's right there. But we're in the middle of a side case, so we're not going to do that. Unfortunately, we haven't made any arrests. We don't have any suspects. That's why we strongly encourage the people of Salem to contact the police with any possible leads. This is going to take the cooperation of the entire community. Blah, blah, blah. Lost within a sea of other flyers. Okay. Yeah, the fact that this has 2 steps makes it quite different from the other sides. For instance, lady.
I didn't know you were such a lightweight.
We got Laura. It's kind of helpful to remember names with this short little case. In the middle of filling up when she heard that loud noise and cut it short. Dark fall. I don't know how well people do with bodily noises, but there's going to be a little bit more of that for the next little bit. Just as a warning, vomiting. Imagine being in the booth doing this. Rick may have been drunk off his ass, but still something startled him. Look at the train tracks. That's good. Jeez, Brad.
Yeah, cab. I mean cab. What? Oh, gas station. Yeah, the SOC. Okay, great.
Now, this guy is very, very suspicious. I love this because you can't do anything with him. You can't mind read him. I believe the other two are something that you can easily miss because they're really inconspicuous. Like, we can just leave the area here, but they're right on the edge here. Both side by side with each other. Busted taillight. I wonder if this has anything to do with Brack's accident. Oh, I didn't look at Brad making a call. Something scared him off before it could arrive, so they never got the taxi. And also the trash can got dented, which is what caused the light to get busted. Or in a hurry, or maybe drunk. So, what's the answer? They're a witness who saw who was driving. Well, we got our three witnesses here. We got Laura pumping gas. You're Rick puking. All of these people heard the sound.
Seems they're all spooked by that loud bang. What the hell was it?
I could just figure out what they heard. Now, the thing about that is that we still have this very weird man. He is just... You're expected to notice that he's just, like, really odd. It looks like he's trying to break into the door, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But if you are actually looking at the prompts, you can't mind read him. You can eavesdrop him. You can peek. He's a special guy. Because we can influence him. What does he remember? Does he remember the bang?
Wish I hadn't slammed the door so hard. The stupid window was coming out of my paycheck. I was just so pissed at those drunken assholes. Who do they think has to clean up their puke? Jerks like that discourage business. I never should have let that woman drive off. I should have just called the cops.
So, Brad wasn't driving after all. It was Laura. Well, I can't change what happened, but I'll be glad to know he wasn't the one behind the wheel.
Cashier remembers a female driver. Thanks, man. Now I want to go around here in order to pick up this before we go. SOC. Why is it called SOC? Is commonly believed to stand for Salem Oil Company. However, no such company exists. The initials actually stand for Sons of Charlie, the legal name of this service station, established by three brothers, Chuck, Charles Jr., Sean, and Seamus O'Leary in 1928, when automobiles started to become common. The business nearly did not survive the Great Depression, but managed to keep itself alive as a front for illegal alcohol sales during Prohibition. That's just a good plaque. Just a good plaque. Now, will I remember how to get back to Brad? Because I remember playing this a lot earlier and completely forgetting how to get back to him. He is all the way over here. Now, I praise the mixing of the old and new Salem, but also I also have to criticize it because it makes me not think about where this car came from, which is literally over the other side of this wall and hitting into there.
Does SOC gas ring any bells?
Wait. I remember stopping to fill up.
You guys did more than fill up. The cashier wasn't thrilled to clean up after your buddy Rick. You even tried to call a cab.
God. I don't remember any of that.
When the cashier came storming out, you guys took off with Laura behind the wheel.
So, I wasn't driving. Oh. That whole night was a disaster. It's hard to accept my part in things, but at least I know it wasn't all my fault. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
There we go. And the case of the drunk driver solved. Means one last thing to do, which is in the corner here, and we can move on. Escorted by a knight. And for once, felt safe out at night. All the stories he told me about being the most dangerous man in Salem, they felt true. No one can touch us. Because no one could touch him. And I was with him. Am with him. Will be with him. I know it. And then she went out at night alone and... well... she got touched.
Strange coming back here now, like this. A place I used as a crutch to get through the tough times when I found myself suddenly alone again. Funny how history repeats itself.
Tonight? Tonight was the first time he used a gun. This guy relies on close proximity. So remember, if you approach him, it gives him power.
Sir, if we can't approach him, how do we arrest him?
Remember your training. He's a wanted cop killer now. You can shoot him on sight.
Bellkiller War Room.
I love that police officer. He just doesn't know what to do about arresting someone when he can't get close. That is like, I can't use my handcuffs, and I know how to use handcuffs really well.
No, sir. I'd be very interested to know that myself. No. No suspects at this point, sir.
This boils down to sloppy leadership, Lieutenant. Whoever made the call for Ronan to go in alone, it's on you. We lose one of our own tonight, and you have no suspects and no leads?
Look, Captain, he wore gloves and apparently didn't touch anything in the apartment other than the knob on the front door. He didn't leave prints, fibers, or anything else traceable. And if you think I don't want this guy to pay more than you, you are sadly mistaken.
Watch your tone, Rex. Everyone knows he was your brother-in-law, so you don't need to remind us. But you lose your cool again, and more of your own will join Ronan. You understand me? You find this guy, or a clue that leads to his doorstep. Now! That's an order.
Yeah, understood.
What a helpful phone call. This also makes me realize how much... like, if Ronan wasn't there, there's potential for the killer to actually have, like, done something in the apartment, because the only reason why there wasn't anything moved around was because he showed up. Our fault. Plenty of things to pick up. Symbol similarity. Symbol similarity. There you go. Is the bell symbol like a bell? Frustrated by the lack of evidence. We have a bunch of locations all over town in random locations. There doesn't seem to be a common link to where they happen. The signature. People don't have an idea of what it's for. I love that we have a spectrum here of not sexually assaulted to not sexually assaulted, so at least that's good. Again, I can almost make this out. Body found in driveway. Sock? Sock? I don't know. Young women with no signs of sexual assault. We're kind of the odd one out. Also, there's our 2 again. Update to reflect recent developments of Joy and Cassandra Foster. Well. Alright, let's peek at what we got here. So, any new leads? So, body arrived at morgue. Cause of death pending autopsy. Preliminary forensics, no fibers, no suspect DNA. Or blood, no prints left at scene. That is the most relevant. Where our death got us no closer to anything. This is a good investigation so far. Everything's great.
Cops, gotta stick together.
Spooky. It might not show up, but they kind of made his eyes blue. 6'2", 215 pounds, athletic, Caucasian? Not sure. Always seen in mask/hood. Don't know if that's true or not. I didn't get a good look at his face when I confronted him. Again, just great developments all around. Now the other thing is there's this here, which...
Wish I could say that's the weirdest thing I saw tonight.
Whee! At this point, the game's just kind of remembering, hey, you could do these little things. And they're important there. This is actually an important piece for you to remember. Cause of death, ligature strangulation. Trauma to neck and larynx via garroting. Which I believe is... Garroting is... Because at first when I saw that word, I wanted to say garroting. But because it's a garrote wire, so it should be garroting. Severe abrasions to wrists and ankles, most likely the result of being bound by hemp rope, consistent with all other Bell Killer murders, ruling homicide. The actually important piece of information there. Meanwhile, there's a new man. All of the victims were bound, tied up before their murder. I love their typing. Their least he's really going to work on that numpad, but the least used finger tends to be the middle finger. Okay, what would make him remember what he should be doing? What a question to ask. But if you are kind of remembering here, he's the guy who's going to be updating the missing persons information.
We gotta find that info about the missing tenant.
There we go. Now we can peek. This is a weird screen because there's 3 things here that you're able to peek from, but it looks like only 2 because of how things are laid out. So what did he update? So we have Cassandra, who's missing. Resident, psychic medium, occasional consultant, last seen by 2 neighbors 2 weeks ago. And then we have Joy. Why do they make her 15? She didn't have to be 15. She didn't have to be 15 at all. Whereabouts of her father are unknown. Dropped out of Salem school system 2 years ago. Ran away from home. Has a number of misdemeanor convictions. Juvenile. Trespassing, burglary, breaking and entering. Amber alert for Joy Foster canceled. In custody. She was on her way here. So, of course she's been detained. So now we have all the clues, we can just conclude the investigation.
I think I've learned all I can here. I better go find that witness.
Not all of them are going to be leading to a wonderful revelation of mysteries. It's just, well, now we know where she is, and we can explore the police station. Whee! Ah, yes. Now we get to see what the police station's really all about. Brought to you by Just Cause 2. Which might be arguably the best Just Cause. I've heard like Just Cause 4, which is like the last one, because I think Avalanche... Did Avalanche shut down? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, we might not be getting another Just Cause anytime soon, which is sad. Alright, plenty of things to find in the police station, especially since they're going to be littering a whole bunch of evidence and anecdotes and other things all over the place. Missing persons, female white. There's number 75. Last seen by friends in Ashland Hill Cemetery. Their party with fellow cheerleaders missing 2 days.
I can't tell you anything, son. I'm not in homicide.
I've only been in the department for 6 months. Do cops get killed a lot?
No, I wouldn't say it happens a lot. I've been on the force nearly 20 years, and I'm still alive.
Shakes you up when it does happen, though. Maybe more, because it doesn't happen often.
Not that we want it to happen more often.
I want to get out in the field Sunday, of course. This has just been a rough day.
Listen, young man. We're all gonna have rough days. Good thing is, we're mostly gonna survive them.
Especially when there's a ghost shotgun or rifle. Yeah, it's a rifle. The Stalwart Spectre. Much less here than the other areas. Get that reveal there, but sometimes we're gonna have things that are higher than our head. In this place stood a noble fortress against the forces of the British Crown, erected in 1775.
Hey, Baxter, you still relying on that wizard lady?
You know I ain't into all that spiritual crap. But she's onto something. Results are results. You find a more reliable source, you let me know.
Meh. There's only 2, but at least you get them pretty quickly. Baxter's still working on the Bell Killer case, even though he's been reassigned. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We only get 2 things for Baxter, and we only get 2 things for Rex. Kind of weird, but that's what we get. Also, some posts are just in random places. Like this one. Who's reading that? Detained young male in hooded sweatshirt, released after rock-solid alibi. Just because you wear a hoodie doesn't mean that you are a criminal. Okay. And we get a coffee machine. I want to see what's over here. We got the nom noms. Lovely. I love that they tried to do a nutrition facts table, even though you still can't kind of read it. Apart from it being quite extensive. Description of clothing. Witness said she saw a man in a dark hoodie, matching the public description. Dark pants and shoes. Did not get a look at his face. Pay no mind. We can just do what we want in here. Doop-a-doo. 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 Oh. There's another rifle in here. Now, as far as I know, from going around the police station here, as we've done a loop, because we're back at the war room again, there is a women's washroom. I don't recall a men... Oh, wait, nope. What am I talking about? I'm just being dumb. Oh, there is a baby change station in here, too. You can also hide in the stall. If you feel seen. Okay. Alright, these offices. Kind of need to know the little bit of the lay of the land in order to get further in here. And also, see what all of the hard-working officers late at night are doing. Like playing Deus Ex Human Revolution. I love this, because the only reason why this is in here is because, remember, this was published by Square Enix. From what I can understand, the announcement of this game was in 2013, about a year before the game came out. So arguably this game was in development as early as late 2011, but most likely early 2012. So Square Enix's like big titles at the time that were not Final Fantasy. So he's putting in cheat codes. Like you put in cheat codes on the pause menu. But as you can see, he's not getting very far. You got to use that middle finger in order to type a little bit more, dude. So yeah, like if you're going to have a game that's coming out there relevant in terms of relevance, yeah, those are the two games you're going to put in, especially because this being more Western. You're not going to put in Final Fantasy because if you know anything about Square Enix's relationship with just kind of having Final Fantasy cameos, it's really hard to do. Quinlan's typing was realistic. Well, I'll just put it as that. Here's the family photo. Oh no, not the family photo. I want the personal info, which is apparently not mixed in with the other things here. Female, 17 years old, death occurred 1 week before high school graduation. Is that what it says? I can get closer. Expected behavior. Camera charging. Backup ammunition. GPS enabled at all times. Line of questioning. Huh. Proper posture. Who's taking notes like that? Pay no mind to the demons in the police station. All right, a lot of stuff though is going to be in the offices to the side. I've never counted how many monitors actually show DXHR, but they're there. They exist. The rocks in her pockets could point to suicide or a dare by classmates. There's no evidence of violence and no current suspects. Ghost games that hard to say off the top of my head. Whoop. Come on, PS3, work with me. Just had to load really hard. On the spot in January 1777. The brave soldiers of the Continental Army, greatly outnumbered, held off British forces for 3 days until relief arrived from Boston. And another one. Laying in the safety of his office. Lovely. And secretly they put the computer on just beneath the desk, but at least it exists. Another case of a seeming accident, except for the bell symbol drawn by a gloved finger in the dust on the window. Again, so many things that we can poltergeist. It's just kind of remembering, hey, you can do this. Whee! Okay. Like, see, this is a good, hard-working man. Nope, we got another Deus Ex player here.
Robinson's got the girl in the room right now.
It's hard to play a game of, here's all the cops. Which do you think is going to be the most into immersive Sims?
But he's got his methods of persuasion.
Yeah, he's a smooth one. My money's on him.
All right, off we go. We got the holding area, but we also have the offices. Also, Nelson police progress. Still no suspects. We got nothing on this guy except for all of the evidence that says we have nothing. Lots of battle plaques. It was here on December 1776 that 13 soldiers of the Continental Army gave their lives combating a surprise attack by British troops. Now, we can't get across, and there's nothing to help us get across, except for remembering that we are a ghost.
What were you in for?
It's too complicated to get into. Let's just say that I wasn't about to let some judge decide how to spend the rest of my life. That's my choice, so I made it. Either way, no, it doesn't matter now, does it?
If it didn't, you wouldn't still be here. Maybe I can help?
Nah, I appreciate it, but you know, it looks like you got your own shit to deal with. I'll figure it out on my own. Always have. Thanks, though.
I've got to get out of here. There's a ghost right over there in that cell. Don't you have some other place you can keep me?
It's bad enough we're in jail without all your crazy talk.
What? You too? There's another one. Tell me you can't see this guy. He's right there.
Someone get this guy to the
Okay.
my younger self what I would become.
Never forget the rush of taking down my first mark. You didn't see it coming. And I didn't see it coming when my dad held down my arm with a steely grin on his face and a tattoo gun in his hand, ready to give me a memento so the crime would be impossible to forget. So yeah, they went. So parents, especially dad, went, we found out what you did. Now we're going to paint it on you. Also, sometimes like I'm needing context of like where is this coming from? A couple of these posters that are around. Now, you can see ghosts.
Not see this?
You also see the demon pit right there? Probably not. It's got a hidey spot. Up there. That's not a helpful zoom. Privileges. You are entitled to food, clothing, shelter, and medical attention. Anything else that you get is a privilege. Ah, yes, like this poster here. Why in the cell? Why is it here? Hello, he lives, he is here. Time to burn. Also, pretty lady. Everything's fine.
Why do I get stuck with the crazy guy?
Now it should be... Ah, this one. This one. Not the other one.
Finery and authority do not make purity.
And how high security this cell block is. Do not touch or approach the cells. Keep to the right. Pass inmates nothing but soft paper. No pencils or pens. No staples or paper clips in paper. Use the sliding food carrier. If an inmate attempts to pass you anything, do not accept it. In grateful recognition of a generous anonymous citizen of Salem who allowed this forensic facility to be built and better serve the people of this city. That's only a third. Even the security guards in here are just like, let's play Deus Ex on our own time. Speed run them. I think that's the only thing that's in here. All right. Time for the morgue. Only in here for a short time. Before I instigate their dialogue, because the thing with the subtitles is that they love to play over themselves, and I kind of don't want to do that. It's also at this point that I was realizing, well, we only have so many models, character models in this game, so they kind of get reused a couple times. Oop, okay, I'm over here. Again, it's depending on how much tact we want to have.
Come on, kid. Why are you watching this?
Please, make them stop. That was me. That was my body. I didn't know that I'd have to watch them slice me open. All my organs, they were just sitting out on the table. There was so much blood. I want to take it back.
We all wish we could take things back. There's nothing we can do about it now. You can't think like that. You just have to move forward.
Why did I do this to myself? What now? I just want to get out of here.
Me too, kid. Me too.
I believe with the other option, you just get an idea of what happened, which was overdose.
A bad dream. It has to be.
Not compared to this woman. She's just doing just fine. Fully clothed, super clean. Great.
Isn't a spiderweb tattoo usually a symbol for time spent in prison? Why would this tattoo have 2 spiders in the web? He got his own tattoo wrong.
It's just a tattoo. That's all I know. Focus on your work.
And this raven, it's like chained to... Are those prison bars?
We don't pay you to analyze tattoos.
Yes, sir.
I have played Sanitarium. It's been a while, though. I kind of want to, like, rediscover it again.
A confession of... a lot of stuff.
We respect the deceased in here, son. Don't forget that.
Is me. We can review our life. Doesn't give us a flashback or anything, but something that we just... Nothing can compare you for that. Just seeing your own corpse. It never felt so much like an empty shell until now. God, I look like a criminal. Haven't even taken off his pants yet. He's like, this is an M-rated game. Take off the pants. If I remember, like, we have all of the storage containers. But the thing about the storage containers is that it does not want you, like, there's nothing inside. There's nothing inside here. Nothing mapped. Nothing shown. And the game gets really confused when you go in there. It just does not know what to do. Like, you can't go out that brick wall, but you can go into here. And it kind of like shoves you out into here, but in a way that you can't actually get into here. Like, it's a very fascinating spot. Where it's just like, yeah, we're not going to model anything inside of it because it's unnecessary at this point. For the sake of being... Oh my goodness. That camera's so weird. But then we'll have the wall on the other side going like, nah, you can't actually just like phase through completely. There. All good here. So, the holding area. There's a girl. Zooming in actually doesn't help us too much. There's a girl. But before we do anything, is there collectibles around? Yes. There, Anna Nelson. 20 years old, student. Super helpful collectible. Thank you so much for that. They have in storage an old chalkboard. Okay.
Each one of these keys is a felony. Each one. You get that, right? No? All right, it's your funeral. Sit tight, relax. You're gonna be here for a while.
I actually don't get it because, like, they're keys. I can make keys of a whole bunch of different things.
I might be able to help you. Is your mom's book from the Bell Killer case here?
Yes, and it would probably help me find my mom, but as I told you before, you're dead. How can you possibly help me?
I know this place better than you. Now, who did your mom work with here? Who?
I don't know. She just called him bastard.
Baxter. All right. His office was on the second floor. You stick with me, I'll get you there. Let's go.
Go where? They're watching.
Not for long.
Well, before I do that, dang wall has scribbles on it.
A century. People find destruction.
No, the cannon. Pew. Off you go. Now we get to watch her sneaking. Sort of. Not really. There we go.
Follow my lead. I'll get you past these cops and to the door on the other side.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. Last time you got caught, Magellan. Stay low, or they'll see you.
So, distractions. She is so sneaky right now. Look at her. So sneaky. It's amazing how he's not looking to his right. He will check up on the coffee machine, though. You don't need a fancy coffee steamer. Strangely, there's no fax machine.
All right, let's go.
That's not supposed to happen.
You can make a hyperactive printer. But not much else. Like, there's the big copier over here. Ah.
Okay, kid.
But there really is just, like, no fax machines.
Nice job, kid. We're almost there.
Don't need a cheerleader.
I'm not saying that they don't
I got us
exist. They
this
just
far,
don't
didn't
seem
I?
to be here.
Got yourself killed, Mr. Bullet Holes.
Hey, kid.
These things.
I can't get across there. You're gonna have to help me.
Well, can't you just fly over it?
Fly? I'm a ghost, not a plane, all right? And look, you need me to tell you which office is his.
Don't read any of my thoughts, or think anything.
Well, it's like, you need me to tell you where the office is. Like, you can't just like, go up there and go, it's like, okay, it's in the back corner on the right. Like, that's all you need to do, man. You don't need to... Yeah. Oh, bum, bum. Boop, 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 boop,
Okay,
boop,
man.
boop, going
Help.
upstairs.
I got this.
New floor, which means you're going to stay there. And I'm going to go sneaking by walking through people. More calls, more copiers, more Deus Ex. There's a lot more Deus Ex because they just throw them on monitors compared to big Just Cause posters. Anne Grace. No legal middle name. 22, no immediate family, publicly went by the name of Madame Agatha, a novelty fortune teller. Oh yeah, I haven't poltergeisted a vending machine yet. Blech. Oh, they go through the ground. There's no foreseeable mass here. Hey, remember when you were against the wall?
Wrong even when he was right.
Baxter tried to threaten me. I actually thought he could blackmail me with my past, as if my past hasn't already done all the damage it could do. And that's all of Ronan's. Already done with him. Not much more to know about him, for some reason. There is a gun over here. Good. Okay, so with that in case... Oh, I missed you. Good thing I didn't miss you. Hey, the profile of the killer. Male, likely without immediate family, able to move about the city freely. Only spotted a handful of times near the crimes. And that's our 100th. Nice. Okay. Distract the 2 cops. How we go and do that? Will they be freaked out? Only one of them was going to be looking at the coffee machine. So if we... I love that is like... All the way over there is that where you have to go in order to distract both of them. I'm going to leave you here, though, because I'm going to go around and explore Rex's office, which has Just Cause 2. He's more of a Just Cause 2 player, even though he has both of them. That's what you get for being a detective, is that you get to play both games. Plenty of things here, though. Apparently he also has 2... Like, this is his office. But he has 2 desks. One for private, one for public, I guess. I never quite got that. Okay.
Healed it, buddy. That sickness she carried in her brain, you made it tolerable. Well, I guess you must be together now.
And we finish up Rex's, too. Rex is grateful to Ronan for helping Julia through her mental illness. First time that's being brought up, really. Okay, Douglas. Virtually no evidence. These are such helpful things to find. Karen Marie Douglas, 37, accountant, unmarried. No criminal record, no violent relationships. Socially known for Wednesday night Ouija board parties. There are a little bit of connections that can be made between some of the victims, but not all of them. Being attachments to ghosts. I used to go visit Rex down at the station, but it's been years. So when I went with Ronan today, it was like seeing the place in a whole new light. I was struck by a room they've got dedicated to the Bell Killer case. Everything they know, or even guess might be related, is it's in that room. The strange energy of the people coming in and out of that room, you'd think there was some religious observance going on in there. I've never seen anything like it. One more rifle. Where could it be? Big Tay. Never thought this would happen, between Ronan actually going through this and Rex pulling off the paperwork and managing Ronan's past. So much could go wrong. But it happened. Where was I? And my man has a badge now. Looks good on him. And he loves it. I think his swagger just got even bigger. God, I love a guy in uniform. Of course you do. Just shove Julia. I always knew there had been trouble, but I didn't know his official arrest record was that extensive. Much worse than I thought. Felony after felony. going back to childhood, like his life is already ruined. How can I join my life with his? Oh. Hello. Who are you, miss? Why are you here? Next to a dartboard. Next to a dartboard. I just had it in a weird space, which was making the dartboard distorted. Just got a picture of a crow and barbed wire. Sure. We got a city face man from the... It looks like they're trying to do a chuckle bucket kind of thing. Comedy venue. A smaller, really messed up version of the going to the church sign. A picture of Abel. Dude Fest. Oh my god. Oh yeah, Dude Fest. And also the menu for the greasy fisherman. Dude Fest. Yes. A dance club. I can't stand. Just a great thing to put on a post-it note. I can't stand this anymore. But something up the files, Johnny. Like, if these are just like random notes from the developers, like that's kind of silly. Ah, there's the last one. Plainclothes cop. It was quite a Shrek Rex pull, advancing Ronan to detective without making him spend as much time as a beat cop. He convinced the captain and the commissioner that Ronan's street smarts would make him most effective as a plainclothes cop. Ronan was very relieved. I am in O'Connor's office. Dad, we have trouble. Did I? Yeah. Making sure my checklist works out. That completes that. Yeah, good. Now in the meeting room. Flashing light means another map. I don't know why there's a second one, because it feels redundant. We're exploring the possibility of a connection between the deaths listed on the map. Do not make public comment on the connection until officially authorized. Because I think it is the same map as the first room that you're in. They just went, hey, you want another map? Here you go. Okay. Another meeting room. And Smythe. Oh, he's got an old-timey. He's got an older computer. He doesn't get Deus Ex on that computer. No Deus Ex here. Alright, briefly going into Baxter's room here. This is kind of ruined being able to read it. Zip. Yep, Baxter, officer, good. Let's see, yeah, there is something to collect in here.
The form of each murder changes. The inner zeal is the same. This is why the killings seem random and related. But the police can't see these connections. Except Officer Baxter. I can't say I trust him, but he's my only chance.
Pattern of behavior. And the motives is the focus of Joy's mother. She's having trouble convincing them to take it seriously, except for Baxter. The only one who's kind of going off on that lead, but again, he's off the case. Okay. All of that wandering around, just cleaning up everything, we should be able to go back and say, hey, Joy, you can now go activate yourself. Because every time you have to want to get her to move, you have to talk with her.
That was close. Where is everybody?
Detectives usually work the day shift.
Okay, but which office is Baxter's?
It's in the back hallway to the right.
Okay.
Getting it all out of the way means we can just beeline it.
Are you trying to get caught? You're about as stealthy as a tornado.
The desk was like that when we got here.
Yeah, I know.
How many places can you hide a book in one tiny little room?
Who knows?
Well, maybe we're not going to go with the sketchy, the ones with sketches. We're going to go with the actual mugshot. I thought Rex suppressed this.
Looks like someone was hiding your real rap sheet. Now I have proof.
He never used that blackmail file against me.
Sure, take your time. No rush, I'm sure the book will find itself.
All right, just calm down a second here. Cops don't hide things in plain sight. Just need to figure this out.
They put things in a very special place and then forget what that special place was. Okay, looking around, 1 out of 10. If we go around, now we get to learn a little bit more about Baxter. Like he likes bowling. Very helpful clue. Rex prevented Baxter from blackmailing me and using my criminal record against me. Oop. Ticket out of town? Why would Baxter leave town? Whoa. This up the suspicion meter. Nothing else at the bottom there. Got a gun rack. We have a Terrors of 1692. Well, seeing as he was the only one who was going with Cassandra's ideas there, not too out of left field. I want to... Ah! Let's see the left one. Alright. Again, what the game wants to focus on is a little off. So proud of making detective, even though it doesn't say it on his door. Serve and... To serve and protect. Here we go. Baxter graduated from the academy 2 years before I did. Again, these are considered clues, even though they don't seem to have any sort of thing on it. Here's a phone message. Phone.
Hey,
can you check that voicemail message?
Okay.
Baxter, I told you you're off the case. Now we need all the files in that psychic's book in my office, now.
Rex was still asking for the book, so it is probably still in here somewhere. Good.
In business speak, now means 15 to 20 business days. Probably hid the book. It's only after hearing the message that, you know, we have this gun rack. Oh, there's something about the gun rack we can actually examine? Oh, this is a bad camera angle because we actually can't see what we're looking at. Yeah, that's wow, that's pretty terrible. I can see people just like completely ruining this. What caused the mark on the wall that we can't see? It matches the gun rack. And you're just gonna have to trust me that it was a stain that is imprinted. To be honest, it is hard to make out. It's just kind of the bits that are right here. It means, hey, there's something about this gun rack. Actually opens on hinges. Like it's covering a secret compartment or area. There's a lever.
There must be a latch inside that opens inward. I better tell the girl.
That's not normal.
I think I found it.
Show me.
There's a button on the side of the gun rack.
Yes, this is it.
Oh, please tell me you understand what all these symbols are.
Yeah, some of them. That's weird. The last thing she wrote is he knows about me.
Oh God, that means he was after her.
You don't know that. Come on, we should move.
Oh, crap.
Oh, such a butterfingers.
Wait, what is that? The museum. That's strange.
Why would this be in her book?
I don't know. Just take it and figure it out later.
She's here somewhere. I'll check here. Head toward the back office.
We gotta go. Stay out of sight.
Go, go!
The question of he had to go back into the room in order to talk with her. You think he wouldn't be able to just say something and her being able to hear it? Or does ghost voices not go through walls? Salem Gallifire. Why would this be in her mother's book? Alright, done that investigation. Wonderful investigation so far. We're doing so good. Also, just the nonchalantness of going through the book, and it's like the last thing she wrote was that they know I'm here. Written in crazy spirals. Okay. You're in your hidey hole there. So, where is the thing I just gotta do? There it is. Whee!
Stay low, but go
Look at all these
faster than
papers. Look at all the papers that you gotta pick up. Even though you don't, because not only are they not going into the recycling bin, they're just going through the floor. Good luck. And she does hide here until you have to talk with her. Going like, why are you stopping? There's nobody here.
Hold up, hold up. I need to make sure the coast is clear. Rex.
Who's that?
Cop you need to avoid. All right, you're gonna need to make a break for that room over there, but wait for my signal.
Hey, LT.
Hold up, Pete.
You know what this fire drill's all about?
Go, go, go.
Come on. Cool sweeping the building.
Was she related to Houdini? Those doors locked from the outside.
Yeah, I'll check after we catch her. Hey, okay, I just wanted to say that, Ronan, he was top notch. He wore his badge with honor.
I hate it when people lie to me.
No, Ryan. I just, it's no reason to trample on his grave.
He wore the badge.
Well, where's your flowers?
Right? Because he thought it would make up for all the crap he did when he was younger. It would make it right or better, or maybe prove. I heard the rumors, Sarge. I know a lot of the guys thought he lived his life on the wrong side of the prison.
Not everyone.
It's okay.
Like that.
Look,
No.
I understand. But at least he was honest, huh? He would look you in the eyes, and he would tell you exactly what he thought, right? Here to tell you, that sort of bravery
And get.
is a rare thing these days.
Yeah, sorry, sir, but it's been hard on everyone.
What'd I just say about lying to me?
Goodbye. I'm gonna follow you too. Isn't that terrible in a conversation where it's like, goodbye, and then you both have to go the same direction? Oh, so those flowers are just gone.
Crap, what is this place?
Bell Killer War Room. Everything we know about the case so far.
Well, I got what I need, so see
Hey.
ya.
You keep trying to do this alone, you're gonna get yourself killed.
How would I just leave it as... I'll owe you one.
Crap.
I was like, ah, she closed the window on us. Well, that just means we gotta use the front door. That's all. Because it's still open to peek. And we are done here. We can head back. We can head back out.
Hey, you can't get away that easy.
If you care about the case so much, find your own damn clue.
You won't find your mother without me.
What?
What would make her help me? It's kind of odd what the actual, like, a bunch of these, like the powerful scream is kind of just like a no-go. Like, yeah, you scream and apparently that works. You have to go all the way back to the note to kind of point that out. Like, you would think like the killer's motive might have something to do with it, but we actually don't know the motive of the killer. You have to go back to the find my book at the station and don't look back. We're not safe anymore.
Leave now, find my book at the station, and don't look back.
All right, listen. Your mom wrote that book to help find the killer. It's not gonna say what happened to her. The truths we're both searching for can only be answered by finding the killer. I need a pair of hands in the living world, and you need a detective.
The last case. Ashland Hill Cemetery. They can't see it, but it's there.
What?
I don't know. I guess my mom thought there was a case that was linked to the Bell killer. Cops didn't.
Okay, we go there next. Ashland Hills.
We?
Come on, we need each other.
You need me a lot more than I need you.
Either way, partners.
Fine. For now.
Now is all I worry about. Ronan. My name is Ronan O'Connor.
I'm Joy.
Seriously?
And Ronin is better? Wouldn't your parents think you'd be a medieval gladiator? So we're really going to a cemetery, huh?
Yep.
I have to do something, so I'll just meet you there.
No, I'm not letting you ditch
You
me again.
follow me, the deal is off. If it was meant to be, I'll see you there. If not, I won't.
You better show up to that cemetery, kid. You're the only living person I have left.
Hey, remember me? We won't see her again for a bit. All right. All good so far? It's time for a story. The story of the stalwart Spectre.
I can still remember my first day on the force. Salem PD was in this tiny building on the edge of town. It was old, crowded, and completely insufficient to handle the day-to-day operations. Protecting Salem was getting harder and harder. Finally, the city decided to convert the old armory into our new headquarters. And when we finally moved in, I couldn't believe how big and modern the place was. Not bad for one of the first buildings in Salem. Plus, it just felt right. It used to be the city's first line of defense in a wild frontier, and now it had resumed its post once again, only this time in a modern world. The first week was a little chaotic as we settled in. One officer reported that someone had removed his gun from his locker. It took him 20 minutes to track it down, and when he did, he found it leaning against the wall in one of the unoccupied offices. Also, the late-night station operator reported a strange phone malfunction. Occasionally, when someone would call in to report a shooting, the recording would just stop. The call would cut out, and the voice of the panicked caller would just loop over and over again until the phone was unplugged. Soon it was pretty clear that these strange occurrences weren't just honest mistakes or faulty phone lines. One evening, the medical examiner came running down the hall in tears. She noticed that her scalpels and other tools had gone missing. She went to get more from the cabinet, but stopped cold at what she saw in the reflection. A ghostly silhouette of a Civil War soldier was standing over one of the corpses. She spun around, it was gone. She barely noticed how cold the room had gotten before running off. Of course, the guys didn't believe her. Hell, I didn't either. Until I saw it with my own eyes. I was working late and got up to get more coffee. As I rounded the corner, I saw it in the reflection of the trophy case. It was staring right at me. He lifted an old, ghostly rifle and pulled the trigger. The trophy case fractured into a spider web of cracked glass, and I took off running. The captain didn't believe me and docked my next paycheck to replace the glass. I didn't care if people thought I was crazy. I know what I saw. People sometimes ask me if anyone else has seen it since, or if the Spectre still roams the halls. I always tell them the same thing. I wouldn't know. I transferred to Boston.
On a forensic standpoint, if there was broken glass and it was being shot from the glass outwards towards that cop, you would see glass on the outside of it. I'm like, how would I be able to shoot the glass from inside the trophy case, sir? All right. It's kind of weird that you get two locations. And it's like, oh, the museum? Maybe we'll find out something there. And then it immediately goes, no, we're not going to the museum. We're going to the cemetery. What? is our next news article. Number 4. The FBI can get involved to support local law enforcement if it is clearly established that there is a serial killer. The Salem Police Department had no statement on the FBI's announcement at press time, but has continually refused to describe the deaths as the work of a serial killer. There's no sense getting the town hysterical over something that may not be true, said SPD spokeswoman Ingrid Larson in an earlier statement on the case. Now we're going to get buildings that are on fire. Just to spice things up. Somewhere in here. Ugh. It's always when I'm going like, oh yeah, there's a wall collectible here, and I'm going like, where is it? And I never am able to find it. Oh boy. Gotta go a little further. Okay. There's our, yeah, there was the bell that we saw there. People name, you know that we're starved for clues when we're just like bringing anybody who has Bell in their name. Anything about a bell, a very specific bell. Make a good symbol. Yeah, it's here.
The size of a quest can make any man flail.
Climb the building. Size of a quest can make any man flail. Climb the building, I grab the shiny things, I get to the top of the building, the level is over. I love that there's just this room here, and there's an air conditioning unit, but it doesn't go into the building. Why would this thing need... Like, it's great that it has it. That's like luxury for something like this, but it doesn't actually work. Oh well. They tried. And they appreciate the sentiment. Five more. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're gonna get there, I swear it. But we have so many alleys. Yeah, this is what you mean. Look at this wonderful guy just enjoying the bistro patio, and they're... Hello? As she goes through the wall. Which she can do. It's not there for her. And then there's just fire in the background. Perfectly fine. Everything's great. Whee! Bistro de crêpe moite. I think that's a T. Moitre? Is it a moifre? Moifre? Do. It's over here. It's all the way over there. I think it's going to be closer, and it's just not. There's our third article. While the Salem Police Department still resists officially connecting the recent killings, they have completely failed to address the strange manner of each murder. Whether the primary cause of violent death in New England, as well as the rest of the United States, is gunshot wounds, none of the recent killings have involved gunfire. Are deaths from burns or asphyxiation somehow on the rise? Or is there a killer with a bizarre motive exercising a twisted method of operation in all of them? That's a good question. Alright, so there's another spot that we can reveal. Except it doesn't go anywhere. We're just up. That's it. We can even remove that, and we can see that there is something over there. Except we can't get to it. No way of accessing all the way up there right now. Because if you didn't know, we're missing a ghost ability still. We got all of them very quickly, except for one. It's like, okay, they're dangling things in front of us. So let's go to the not consecrated playground. Pick up a cemetery plaque. The Ashland Hills Cemetery was founded in 1632. It's part of the churchyard for the recent Puritan settlers of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Certain traumatic events expanded the cemetery significantly, one of which gave the cemetery its name. In 1665, a shipload of immigrants escaping the plague in London realized that the ship's population was already infected. They remained quarantined in the area of the cemetery, waiting to die. When they did, their bodies were burned and their ashes buried, and the graveyard was henceforth known as Ashland Hills. Which actually leads us to Ashland Hills, because there's the entrance for it, but we still have a couple of things to find. Including a side case.
I can't believe
a very
this.
small one.
Are you happy now, asshole? Is this what you wanted? You said I was the one. More like one of many. I don't even know what he sees in her. Ugh, look at him. What a pig. He doesn't even feel guilty about what he did. Just look at him staring at her.
Rough breakup?
He betrayed me. He said he'd love me forever, but he's marrying someone else. Did he cheat on me with her? I always thought there was someone else. Was it her?
Does it matter? It looks like he's moved on. Maybe you should too.
I can't. Not until I know the truth. Please, I must know. For better or worse.
Alright. I'll look into it.
Doesn't take a detective to see that the woman is heartbroken. Try to figure out if her ex-boyfriend cheated on her. Very small mystery here because it's just here. There's almost nothing in terms of movement we have to do. Apart from possession. Alright, guy. What's going on?
I still don't know why she killed herself. Everything seemed great. Guess that's why I'm so nervous with Susanna. The thing is, if she hadn't jumped off that cliff, I never would have found my real soulmate. Man, it's so messed up.
Looks like he met this girl after his ex died.
Seems he only met his fiancée after his ex-girlfriend jumped off a cliff. Didn't mention that, did you? Well, what about you? What's your business?
I wonder if he still thinks of her. Maybe that's why he's always been so hesitant. I wouldn't blame him, but it sucks that she's the reason I even approached him. He looked so hurt and broken. Like he needed someone to talk to. I didn't expect to fall in love with him. Weird how things work out.
She was just trying to be a friend. She never anticipated this.
Approached him because he looked so distraught and lonely. Alright. We have everything in order to find an answer. Now, the thing with this one is that you have to put it in the right order. You can't just say, well, it's all three of these, right? Because it is. But you have to go in the chain of events. What's going on there? Brokenhearted. Then the ex-girlfriend suicide. And then the woman came in as the shoulder of the crime.
It seems this was all a big misunderstanding. I'm not sure how she'll take it, but I guess I'll find out. The good news is he wasn't cheating on you. The bad news is your suicide brought them together.
So he really loved me?
Looks like it.
I've made a big mistake.
He still thinks about you. Maybe you can take comfort in knowing that you'll never be forgotten.
I suppose. I just wish I had trusted him more. Maybe it could have been us getting engaged. What's done is done, I guess. Anyways, thanks for everything.
Up you go. What a twist. Alright, got this old tree. And then over on the other side of it, we got... Well, this is just left a little tiny picture here. Hey, Douglas. She was happy with her life, had plenty of friends. Someone must have done this to her. They must have. At least we're getting close to... I think there's some that they realize is like... how should I put it? There isn't a lot to them. They have this tiny little story that they want to tell, and that's kind of it. And then they leave it at that, and they go, it's like, yeah, he doesn't have to go around too much there. And it's probably quick to put in, too.
With a tender vengeance.
I carry the whole city in a weird bowl. Ah, there's her cause of death. Hanged from ceiling fan. Possible suicide, but no note. Bell symbol raises possibility of murder. What is a bell symbol? The bell tolls for a bunch of people. Oh, hello, cat. Does this mean we get to do cat antics in the construction site? I bet it does. I think there's 2 things here we can do in order to get cat. Come on, cat, jump. Jump, please. Thank you. And then I want to go this way first. 3 more. Almost there. And then I want to go this way. And I think we're good here. Thank you, cat. Nothing there? Oh, this brings us all the way. Yeah, this has us circle all the way back. I don't want to be here. Oh no, we're good. Alright, cat's all done. We're gonna head into the cemetery. Be our last big thing before we're done for the day. The private cemetery under the care of the Ashland Hills Friends Meeting. Hill people. We hope that... We'll treat the cemetery as you would the one where you are buried. Cemetery is closed during the hours of darkness. Liar. It is not closed.
I used to see this as Julia's final resting place. Now it's just where her body is buried. Guess I'll be buried here soon. This is home to neither of us. Just a place for others to come and remember what they used to know.
Whoop. Oh.
Boo. Another freaky ghost chick is shot.
It's a good response. I like it. Sure, looking all dark and edgy, I'm just gonna say boo at you. And you're gonna backdash away from me. So yeah, there is just a long and winding road in order to get into the actual cemetery proper. It's a weird thing that we're going to see by the end of today, but it's there. Also, Julia just like left so many things. Meaning behind cheated death, what I picked up. I had to ask about that Grim Reaper tattoo. I know it says cheated death right on it, but I didn't know how or why. Then he showed me the scar. Getting stabbed between the ribs like that could have easily have been fatal. It's a miracle he's alive. And it didn't stop him from stealing again. I'll never learn. Why do I like that? Because you like bad boys. You're so simple. It's closed. There's a lot of ghosts, though. 1, 2. There's a third over there. Not counting the other ones that are just floating around that are pretty much just hiding spots. I like this guy.
You seem a bit jumpy.
Oop.
Sounds crazy, I know, but...
Okay.
I've been seeing things I can't explain. Horrible, twisted things. I'm not even sure how I got here. I'm never drinking that much again.
Then why stick around?
I think there was a woman with me. Maybe my wife. Or my girlfriend. I can't remember much. It's all so hazy. I think I'm waiting for her.
You remember her here with you?
I think so. She leaned in to kiss me. Then the next moment she's screaming and reaching out for me. Then water. So much water.
I'm sure you'll see her again someday. Somewhere nicer than this.
Thanks.
That is a completely different result by going that line of thinking, because the other line is he doesn't even know he's dead. He's just like, I know there was someone with me, and it leaned in, and then all of a sudden there was like it was wet, and yeah, he doesn't even know he's dead.
I know I should go, but she might come back.
It makes you miss the warmth of the police station, doesn't it? Your secret errand was to get a flashlight?
Keep it down. I can't see you and we're not talking to each other. Got it? This place is crawling with people. Don't want to know.
Hey, we're still people.
The book says that there's a murder that happened right here. All I see are dead leaves and mud. This can't be a dead end. Not already. What am I gonna do?
Just leave it to me.
Well, they make something very apparent, as in there's someone over there. But also in some of the shots, there was just a random shovel. Graves aren't dug with shovels. And if it were part of the crime, the cops would have taken it with just a shovel. Nothing crazy there. But there was remnants of the bee. What is it? Left behind. Left behind. Bee. Thank you, game. The cops might have left this behind after they finished their investigation here. You know, littering, defiling sacred ground. All right. Very clearly, though, there's this woman over here.
Excuse me, but did you see the police investigation here a few weeks back?
Not close up. I think there was something behind me, but I'm not sure.
Very helpful, though. Very helpful, Ghost. Shoreline thing. Something behind them on the shoreline. There's two things. This one, which wouldn't look like anything unless you were really picky and seeing that it was just slightly textured, because they're not sleeping and they're not living. Well, if they're coming off from the water, kind of means that they're washed up, because it's definitely not dry and not sunken, because that would be in the water. They're not spotless and clean either. They are tattered. Buddy. A ghost man. He might know more about it. Hey, you. What do you know?
What do you know about the girl who washed up here?
This thing floated down the river by her body. I think it ended up in the bushes over there.
Hidden in the bushes, you say? These bushes.
It's too dark in these bushes. Joy, I need your help getting something out of those bushes.
Okay.
I may be a ghost, but I don't glow. Boop.
I don't know if it's
Oh.
but this is all I could find.
Thanks, Joy.
Wait a minute. There's something familiar about this.
Rope. Remember when I said that it was that there was an important clue that you should remember? The pattern of the victim death being bound by rope?
I need to get upriver, find out how she died. Better tell Joy.
Has some similarities to other murders, but I need to find more information somehow. It's also only 8 out of 10 because the last one is an odd one to inspect. It's just a stone. It's randomly there. Like there is an old marker over there. Might connect you to being over here by accident. But intentionally? Probably not going to happen. It's Burger Castle. Good old Burger Castle.
Body washed up on shore, so she was murdered upriver. But where? Miles of banks both sides. Might as well be looking for a needle in a haystack of needles.
Oh, genius. It'll be a needle stack. Crawling with ghosts. Wish we could just ask her, Sophia.
Holy crap, maybe we can. That's that ghost that was watching me. Freaky girl wouldn't leave me alone. It's her. She's the one in the photo. Damn it, stop doing that to me, will you?
Wait, don't leave me here with...
Did you see that? Yeah, she was talking about that.
A small favor.
Give her a chance. She can help all of us.
Did you hear that?
Of course I heard that. Demons.
Shit.
Hey, remember that the demons are in this game? They were only in one pocket of the police station. It's funny that the church has more demons than the police station does. All right, we need to find Sophia. We need to find the silly girl. But further in, there's gonna be demons. So we gotta deal with them. Not like it's difficult. Just annoying. Doop, doop, doo, doo, doo. Ow. Come on. They were about to perform the kiss. I just need you to turn around. Are you interested? No? Yes? No? No. Okay. Let's try it again. There we go. Oh. Goodbye. Oop. I don't want to do that. There's my prompt. And we do that. Good. Meanwhile, Julia's strolling through the graveyard like nothing's problem. Graveyards are fascinating places for me, especially the old parts. I suppose it's like the museum. Ronan like a champ came with me and listened patiently while I blathered on about colonial governors who were buried here, about the mass graves from the plague victims of the 1660s, or the yellow fever that struck down so many canal workers a century ago. So much life and death has happened in this town. What a peaceful place to get perspective on all of it. And one more. It is just kind of far away from where I am. Hey, buddy. Bye, buddy. And good. There we go. All done. Moving on like nothing happened. I suppose I should expect it. A man with that many tattoos and isn't afraid of pain and isn't afraid of doing something today he'll regret tomorrow. But if I'm going to be attached to him, I need to have some assurance that he cares if he lives or dies. I hear stories of the chances he takes, and I hope he's just trying to impress me. Because, if not, one of these days, he's going to barge into a situation and come out in a box. There's kind of an answer to that, where the answer is money. Because when you're burying someone, you do get the option of having stones like these, having up propped ones. It's just that the flat ones on the ground are the cheaper option if you're wanting to also pay for a specific plot of land to be buried in. I'm not sure what the difference is between being in like a specific mausoleum, but I think the mausoleum is more expensive than a plot of land for that, because the mausoleum is a very specific building. It's like cremation, and like cremation is the cheapest part, but also just kind of racks it up of like how fancy do you want your urn to be.
Come on, man. It can't be that hard.
Then you get over here and try it.
Okay, I know it's steel or iron or something, but it's just like a fence, right? I mean, how much can it weigh?
Should have brought a crowbar.
Yeah. We always bring a crowbar when we're hitchhiking to Boston in the middle of the night.
Just get your ass over here.
Hey, no problem. But remember, this whole thing was your idea.
Damn! This thing's gotta be welded shut or something.
No. I'm sure they have doors ready for easy access after they put dead bodies inside.
Next time, remember the crowbar.
Next time? Wait. Where's the flask?
I thought you had it.
No, you... Did you put it down somewhere?
It's around. Just keep looking. It's essential equipment for a road trip, you know.
So good, you two.
This is not going to end well.
Just keep holding the flashlight.
This will make a good story later.
Well, at least your cemetery where your great grandparents have a front desk that you're able to ask, compared to a bunch of my family members, like have just like very like separated in the family tree that my family has been just investigating on their own time, are just in random cemeteries that is like, oh, there's just a house right next to it, and then a very small cemetery, and then another house next to it. And one of those stones are flat stones, but have been so covered by like moss and grass that you wouldn't even know that something was here. Like that's the downside of stones, of the flat ones anyways. Well, at least I can go in. Yeah, like there's this guy. Hello. They're trying to break into your place, dude.
What's with all this crap?
Crap? This is my great-grandfather's stuff from the war. It may look like crap because it's old, but it's amazing. Blood-caked bayonets, gruesome letters about the war. I even had a sip
And a
from
place
his own
where it's going to be
flask.
taken care of.
It made me realize how soft people have gotten.
But that's good.
Compared to what?
Compared to men like him. Don't you see? Finding all this stuff was a sign that I should be the one to remind people. To make them choke on their own blood.
Please don't tell me you went through with it.
I had it all planned out. But I died before I could. Just one more day and I could have changed the world.
Listen, whatever you think this is about, it's not. Your great-grandfather fought to stop wars, not inspire them. Now just let it go and move on.
If you don't understand, you're just a part of the problem.
All right, well, sit in here because this is probably the best place for you to be.
Like you will never understand.
Bye. Now there is this plot over there, and we see the sparkle of something that we can reveal, but we can't get in there. It's another thing that is blocked off to us. We gotta go this way. Can't even get over these tiny ankle-high walls. Ooh, that's a... Hopefully that came through because she was not supposed to be having like a weird hitbox. Did that? Yep. Watching it back. Yep. She had a weird hitbox happening there. Okay. Cool. Again, I've heard of scratches. I've heard of scratches. I've also heard it's very good. Spray painted graffiti. It's almost like it's the same thing that we've already seen. Spray painted graffiti. It's another bell. Can I go through? No, I can't go through. Oh, good find having it found in a bookstore.
Maybe I can help.
Damn it. What's wrong with this thing?
What do you mean? It seems to be doing its job just fine.
Its job is to let people know who I was, and I was not like this. Not this filthy. I was important and rich and clean. I knew the importance of keeping up appearances, which is why this just won't do. It needs to look better than all the others. Not like the rest of these freaks.
You'd be surprised.
It's important and rich and clean. Now I have nothing better to do but inspect my own. You are vain. Very vain. Up go. Forgot how many that you're able to question in this place.
This part of the graveyard.
Ronan was unusually philosophical today. He doesn't usually say these kinds of things, but he kept going on about karma and how he needed to redeem himself from some past misdeeds. I'm assuming he's talking about the crimes in his past, and that's why he needs to become a cop? To atone, he said. It was the only way he could see fixing his...
Which was founded in the 1660s. Was that before or after the trials? Oh, good question. Did everyone hear that? This young lady just asked if this happened before or after the famous trials. It actually happened a few decades before, so this graveyard is quite old. Okay, and we're going to walk a little farther now, so if you'll just follow me.
They're not going to move. Also, I find her... I get why. Because when you're a guide and you're listening to a question, you want to have other people answer the question. The problem is that there's only 3 people here and a ghost. So when the... it sounds very patronizing when you... It's like, did anybody else hear that question? It's like, and the only other... There's only 2 other people here. Like, very good. Ugh.
Hey, buddy. You got a problem?
You could say that. I used to be a butcher before this bitch got a bug up her ass and started snooping around. People used to come from miles away to buy from me. I had more awards than the wall space to hang them. Then, her little boy goes missing, and I'm suddenly on death row?
Call it a hunch, but I'm guessing you killed him.
I never killed him. I never killed any of them. I left that up to my pigs.
So you're just gonna haunt her for the rest of her life? Then what?
Simple. I'm gonna ask her how her son tasted. Funny thing about pigs, you'd be surprised at how much their diet can affect their flavor.
I hear there's a special place out there reserved for monsters just like you.
Only if he gets admittance to it, but dang, what a story that is.
She brought this on herself.
Very long handle on that cleaver there, sir. Also, I think because of where his eye line's going, it's her that she's following.
There's so much more than witches in this town.
It's not like it matters. Oh, we're gonna get another story before we're finishing off with the gas cans. Ta-da! All right. Now to get into more of the blending in of things as we see all of the beds and trash everywhere. Oop, almost passed by you. Many brave workers from Salem who made the Panama Canal possible, changing world commerce, died in this facility from the dreaded yellow fever in 1904. Mentioned. Now we get to explore some yellow fever. Quarantine. Hello there, sir. Whoop. Trotter's findings. It's to ride a rail car. Fascinating. Yeah, I'm just gonna ask about the hand.
Whose hand is that?
Ah, yes. That was just a sacrifice in the name of...
Now answer the question, whose hand is that?
Flesh sacrifice? Sounds more like voodoo than science.
Some may call it that, but they forget the true purpose of science. To understand the world around us and all the forces that govern it. Just because the research may be unsavory at times, doesn't mean we should turn a blind eye. Besides, now I've got plenty of specimens to work with.
You experimented on these people?
Most of them are as good as dead anyway. I save the ones I can. The rest are being put to good use.
Those were people, not guinea pigs.
You're right. Now, if you don't mind, I'm quite busy.
So it's amazing how they only give you the one option to choose out of the two, but having both of them tells you a lot more about what he's doing. So the connection I make is just pathologic, because he is a doctor trying to figure out death, how to stop it. He is Daniel Dankovsky. Absolutely. In the height of yellow fever and what it's actually doing. And it's like, why do people die? And it's like, how can we stop it? And yeah, he's just doing his own thing. But the context matters so much.
Why were all those people sick?
I think it's yellow fever. I overheard the nurses talking about it. Something about the people working on the Panama Canal. They must have brought it back with them. Please, I can't die here. They'll use me for his experiments.
What do you mean? This was a hospital. They were trying to help you.
Can't you see? This was a quarantine. No help is coming. Only death.
It's not a... She doesn't make a whole lot of sense, though, because based on what she's... She's dressed too modern looking to be from being from the 1900s. She's just someone who died here and is just kind of roped into the whole thing. I don't know. She's just off.
I'm too tired to fight.
Also, sick ghosts. Let's make that a thing.
Look, I'm on your side. I just want to ask you a few questions. Oh. Why can every friggin' ghost teleport but me? I'm gonna have to figure this shit out.
The game just stumbles onto a point where you just have to figure it out. Teleportation, our final ability. It's easier than you might think. I want to go to a place that is further away. Hold the button. And let go. And now we can teleport. We can now poof all over the place. Like over here. Whee! There we go. Congratulations, you can use your ability and get through places and get through cracks in places and all good. You just have to pay close attention to where you're kind of going, what you're doing. Another tattoo on his back. Another woman, but fortunately only an abstract one. Lady Justice with the scales, but without the blindfold. I asked him what it meant, and for the first time, he said he didn't want to talk about it. I can only guess he had some traumatic justice isn't blind moment. Maybe he'll open up later. Okay. This also means, because, yeah, down there, there is a range to the teleportation, so you can't just teleport willy-nilly everywhere you want to go. But you can get to a lot of places. Nothing that can perceivably break the game, but a lot of places. There are other things you can also observe in the quarantine area, but it doesn't actually lead to anything. They're not clues for anything. You're not trying to investigate anything. They're just around. Like all the way over here, there's these two things. Like, this is a gramophone. And these are medical journals. Like, good. I'm glad I know that now, but... Well, I'll say right now, because I'm going to forget later, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. Now, even though we could have exited the triage and just continued on with the game, there are things that we are able to see, like these two ghosts, as well as other things we can pick up. Julia is just always around, bugging about all the tattoos. Something I wasn't expecting. A new tattoo on Ronan. How many times has she said that now? At least twice. It's nice that this one isn't about a crime or some violence. It's about me, in fact. Us, really. Two intertwined roses right over his heart. I guess he's in this relationship for good. Kind of crazy he put it over the tattoo about his parents. There's there's layers of tattoos.
Help!
Again, not a good
This one's
camera
getting
angle.
delirious again. I'm afraid he's gonna have another seizure.
Just comfort him as best you can. His internal organs are failing. He doesn't have long now.
There we go.
I can't talk right now. Can't you see this man is in pain?
I must listen to the pain. That makes me learn more.
Please. Help. None of us have very long.
Yeah, despite all of that, that's really it for the triage, I believe. Because that's just light. Just gotta head back to where we were before. Now, the other thing about the teleportation is you can't just zip. You need to hold it down just enough for him to go entirely silhouette. And then you're able to use it. So at least it isn't trigger happy, because for a lot of people, this is their way of getting around once it's activated. Because they're able to just teleport everywhere. Makes going through the game a lot quicker. Goodbye. Like all of these huts. But no way to enter them. So you just... Alright, we're just gonna go past. Not a right shot. Just looking over just the temporary huts that were in the area here. The glow, the residue, I guess, is coming off of it. Down we go. right. Forgot about this one.
This is Travis the Ghost Trapper, and we are in Salem, Massachusetts. Now, because of the scary history of this town, it's a hotbed for ghosts. Are some of the tortured souls, the screaming phantasms from this town's past, still haunting this graveyard?
Screaming phantasms? Travis, don't you think that's a little over the top?
Okay, cut! Dwayne, how many times have I told you, don't correct me on camera?
But you can't say that on the show, man. People will laugh.
Oh, hell. People come to this show for over the top.
Okay, sorry. Just start again.
All right, roll it. Travis the Trapper here, and we're in Salem. Now, as you know, since there's such a violent history to this place, there's likely to be a great deal of paranormal activity here. What? What was that? Definitely a paranormal event.
I heard it too.
There's some being, some spirit. Hello? Are you trying to communicate with us? Wait,
loudly.
It's over there now.
It's about time that we had a ghost hunting show just kind of being in here. The ghost here doesn't say anything, though.
Who actually watches this show?
I don't know. You'd be surprised. You still have a job. A lot of people who do.
We got the moonlight behind me.
Well, nope, he doesn't. I know you didn't look up at the sky, but the moon's not out. I'm sorry. The moon doesn't exist. There is no moon.
This is nowhere near over. So many deaths, but likely many more yet to come. I can't help but believe this graveyard will only get more full.
Now, isn't that only fear that the graveyard will only get more full? I'm like, that's kind of what the graveyard is for, though. Like overpopulation, like mass graves are the serious problem there. But it's like, yeah, they kind of like make space available so that we can bury our dead. And you see all of these personalized crypts and you go, how much was it for this? And here you are, Sunny. This one's kind of a messed up one. As the... Oh no, the fog line's back.
What happened? Field trip gone wrong?
No, no, no. Why'd you let the door shut behind you?
What are you talking about?
The door only opens from the outside. Now you're locked in here too. If I miss my classes or get caught trespassing, I could lose my scholarship. They need to let me out.
You mean that this isn't even yours?
Of course not. It's starting to creep me out, to tell the truth. This was just Kappa Delta Phi's idea of fun. I'm all for the tradition of hazing, but this has gone too far.
Just try the door again, only this time really put your shoulder into it. Trust me, when you get out, your classes will be the last thing you're thinking about.
On this episode of Frat Boy Murder.
Whatever, old man. I'll figure it out myself.
I just don't want to stand up or anything. Ugh. Now we can teleport, which means that we can go into Demon Town. 3 demons. Once again, but this time we have 1 crow. At least get rid of one of them. The other 2 ghoulies are a little bit more of a pain to deal with. we go around, hopefully they won't notice me going up the stairs. Good deal. Alright, you need to turn around though. Good. And yeah, there we go. Oh, there's the other crow. Or raven. I should say raven. He's a little wiggly. Alright. That was a lot easier than it was for other times. Moving on.
Sure is cold out here.
Yeah, probably should have brought our warmer jackets.
So, you think the witches can win the division this year?
How can witches? Oh, you mean our football team? Yeah, I think we stand a pretty good chance.
You spend a lot of nights at practice. Must be nice to just have some nights to hang out.
Yeah, it's nice.
Sure is cold out here. Your jacket looks really warm.
Yeah.
Oh, good love. Man, I'm really freezing. I could use some extra clothes. Yeah. Cool.
Jeez, practically throwing myself at him.
Practically. Maybe you should actually physically throw yourself at him. But maybe he's just not that into you. My question. Oh yeah, there are stairs. Silly me. Like, how'd they get up here? I'm like, there are stairs, dummy. Didn't you know about these hip new teenagers who can teleport? Anyway, what did I... It was Alien Mystery. It was William Pynchon, the foremost chronicler of common daily life in this uncommon town, 1723 to 1789. All right, a couple things. I love that there's just one here. It's like, okay, there's one here, and there's one here, because, hey, you haven't been picking up enough of them. The question of, hey, why did you make so many of them? You want to see more love, Auntie?
You know, I'm pretty sure there are ghosts of witches right around this spot.
Don't worry, little boy. I'll protect you.
That works for me.
What was the inspiration behind these kind of things here? It's like, it feels like the first thing that comes to mind is like Scooby-Doo-ish, but I'm like, they don't really do much in Scooby-Doo.
Tonight's gonna be good.
But then it's like, this is more like Archie.
I like this one.
I like this one. This one I approve of. Check marks all around. Also, hey, cool hiding spots. They're not used for anything. But I kind of get why they put them just in conspicuous, this random spots like this, because if they put them only in the spots where they are needed for demons, then you would absolutely know that demons were beginning to happen. Like, you would be walking into chest high wall land. So it's like, okay, even though there's hiding spots here, they're not particularly used, even though that is... meh. Is... I don't think it's in here. No, I don't think it's... Again, thinking about a wall. all the way back. All the way back. Ready to keep going. With a singular hiding spot.
There is death, and what comes after death.
What comes after death? Just existence. He's like, what do you want to bet? I told Rex about what Ronan told me about the criminal past. He looked concerned, but not for my safety. He just knows how tough it is to put a life together after building a rap sheet. Even if you're completely reformed, people don't give you a chance. Hearing this gave me a new sympathy for Ronan. He's working so hard to make a life for himself. I'll have to think about this carefully. I don't know, we have to hear from 9 more times, 12 more times, 10 more creepy girls. Here she is. But first, so many things to pick up. The original graveyard, which much smaller than it is today. Because of its proximity to the waterway, it has been used as a quarantine location twice in its history. One for immigrants from England in 1665, who had developed the bubonic plague on their journey across the Atlantic, and once for workers on the Panama Canal, who were sick from yellow fever in 1904. In both cases, the victims were housed near the graveyard, and when they died in large numbers, abandoned it. Yep, that is wiggling. Okay, it's like, what's wiggling? Me or the gate? It's the gate. Commence the wiggling. All right. We have arrived at the lake.
Just stop. I'm on your side. I'm trying to figure out who killed you. Yeah, I'm a cop. My God, you're not trying to escape me. You want me to see something.
Would the rope make a crunching noise? What would make a crunching noise? Stare at the screen. The crack. A deep scratch caused by something heavy hitting the tree.
I knew it. The Bell Killer. Why would he go to all this trouble to kill you this way?
Looking like a sad seal.
It's okay. You can come out of the water now. It's okay, come on. I'm on your side.
I'm not remembering off the top of my head how old Sophia is, but I think she's old enough that she doesn't have to be this kind of way. Used a strange chair contraption.
hell is this? Contract? What did he mean by contract? No. No, this is the memory of your murder. You're too young. You shouldn't see this.
It's always the drowned ones that just lose all ability to speak. Emphatically denied knowing about a mysterious contract. Did the Bell Killer ask her about this?
I swear I don't know about any contract. Please, just stop. Why are you doing this to me? Who are you? What are you doing? You're him! No! I don't want to.
That symbol.
Stop it! Please, just. Please! No.
He drew on you. His symbol. It must have meant something.
Oh, that's that. I should get back to Joy.
Good investigating. Gold badge. Get out of here, you new stuff. You're not new. Get out. Get out. I don't like new things in my video game. Alright. Well, the gate was vibrating. Now we can remove it. Even though it doesn't look like something we can remove. Remember, it's like you get out here and it's like, I can't get across. There's water. Remember, you can teleport. I just like these. So it's like, hey, you don't have to walk most of the way. We. You want to go faster? Those cancer sticks are going to drive Ronan into an early grave. I know it's something he enjoys. But I had to confront him today. I said, you care about living into old age with me, you'll give up those damn things. He said he'd given up plenty for me, and that should be enough. Not exactly the most sensitive reply, but Ronan is Ronan, and I think he never imagined he would grow to old age. Not with the life he lives. Zip. Is it going all the way back around? No. Yeah, it's just further along. Now I could just teleport if I really wanted to, but I prefer using my ghost feet. With that, we just... And I'm back. I made it.
Ronan, I heard screams and... It's good that you're okay.
Well, I'm still dead.
Tell me you found something.
Yeah, I did. Bell Killer drowned the girl in the lake and let her body float downriver.
My mother was right. This is a Bell Killer case. Did you find anything about my mom? Memory residue or something?
Sorry, kid. And it's a good thing you didn't see what he did to the girl. This guy is... he's sadistic. One weird thing is that he He confronted the girl about a contract before he offed her.
Contract? I don't think I've seen anything about a contract. Wait. Another case, possible Bell killer survivor. Iris Campbell. Diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, incoherent ramblings about persecution, and a contract.
Again. And where does it say where she is?
It just says Lux Eterna. Is it a place?
Yeah. Lux Eterna is a mental hospital.
Of course it is. Okay, ready to go?
Actually, go on ahead. I need to visit someone here.
Oh. So I'll meet you at the hospital. Worse nightmare than this.
So, we'll be together soon.
Sorry, Juliet. I got some bad news.
Don't worry, bro. She already knows.
We did it! Yay! A survivor at the asylum. You might know something. The Lux Eterna, which we passed by the entranceway when we were collecting a whole bunch of things. Before we head over there, though, some people to talk to. We're going to talk to a whole bunch of ghosts today. I don't think I can really say that he looks guilty. He just looks, not all here based on the eyes.
Hey, buddy. You on the clock or something?
I was. I worked here 10 years until I couldn't take it anymore and ate a gun. Some secrets are just too heavy to carry.
What exactly did you do?
Some landscaping. Mostly grave digging. Pretty much everything you'd expect a groundskeeper to do.
You know that's not what I meant.
Look, you were once a detective, and I was once a humble groundskeeper. Let's just leave it at that.
Fine by me, I was just trying to help.
I said, let's leave it at that.
Fine, I'll go teleport over here then. Not paying attention to any other gas cans. But yes, now that we have the teleportation, we can go and pick up things that we weren't able to before. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, going on the street. Yeah. Need to go over here. Because there is that bit over here. Which we made the stairs, we made this, we removed the wall, and now we can get across and finally pick up the final gas can. It's finally done. Beautiful. Now we'll take a look at it, but let's finish up before we do so, because there is, I think it's in here. dumpsters? Yes, in the dumpsters. Ronan's beans. I didn't know anyone who had easy teenage years, so of course Ronan's would be even more troublesome. He looks different when he talks about that period. His eyes go down, like they can't meet my face. I think he feels a lot of shame about what a hard time he had in school and with other kids in those years. But hearing about all that hardship just endears me to him more. Alright. Now the thing with this is, we have that story, we have the internal flame. The heirloom, though. Well, we missed one in the crypt. Not in the crypt, the cemetery. I'm saying crypt. So that kind of means that because now we have the teleportation ability, it's actually easier for us to go through all of the cases there and leave and actually re-enter, because that's going to be actually overall faster in order to get back to that point. Because there was that one point where there was something through a hole in the wall that we couldn't get to. Let's go and peek it out. Unfortunately, that means the loading screens are back. How terrible. All right. Terrible form of movement. I haven't actually looked to see if anybody's speed running this game and going well, you gotta learn proper teleportation movement strats. All right, getting back to the script though. There's our final heirloom. Good. All done there. Except we're not done quite yet, because we have this entire area that we're also able to go into. Just up above everything. Because there is the back area of the script. Crypt. Put the juice in the bowl, in the cup. How is he floating? You're magic, little man. Alright, so that should be, yep, number 14. So, good. Good. 28. Alright, lovely. Let's head back out. Which we can't do that way. There we go. I can just teleport right off of the roof. Whee! All good. And then we'll have 2 stories. 2 wonderful stories to tell. Zoop. These would be called zips. Or when we're all finished with it. Yeah. Distance is weird. Alright, head back to town. They really put this in just for scenery. He gets to walk through that entire just empty bit that leads back into town. Really just meant that they had to make 2 gates. Welcome to Ashland Hills Cemetery. Welcome to Ashland Hills Cemetery. Come on, textures, popped in, please. Come on. There you go. Slowly loading in. All good there. Come on, there you go. Good, good system. Right. Okay. Story time. For 5 stories. Begin with the heirloom.
I've always been a kleptomaniac. It's not that I was lazy or anything, I was just bored. Stolen goods were always more interesting to me. I could just look at whatever it was and relive the exciting memory of the theft itself. Sometimes I was worried that I'd get caught. Other times I was riding an adrenaline rush. But it wasn't until the last thing I ever stole that I truly felt afraid. I remember it like it was yesterday, despite the years I've been trying to forget it. My friends and I snuck into a graveyard to drink a few beers like we normally did on a boring weeknight. We headed for our usual spot, an old run-down mausoleum. Only this time it was locked. It seemed someone had finally taken an interest in the dead guy it belonged to and didn't appreciate us partying there. So we split up and went looking for a new place. Finally, I found another mausoleum. One of its walls had begun to crumble away, but I squeezed through. The inside looked the same as all the others, except for one thing. Lying there on top of the central tomb was a dusty frame that contained a wreath made of elaborately braided rope. Knowing that antiques were valuable, I took it. I figured I'd wait a week before selling it in case anyone reported it stolen. So when I got home, I hid it at the top of my closet and went to sleep. That night, I had horrible nightmares of a dead-faced hag with rotting flesh. No matter how many times I woke up, she always found her way back into my dreams. Over the next few days, the nightmares got worse. I'd wake up only to find clumps of my hair missing and my scalp bleeding. I chalked it up to stress and feelings of guilt about stealing from the graveyard. So the next day I went to a pawn shop to sell the wreath and be done with it. I could feel a shiver run down my spine when the pawnbroker informed me that the wreath wasn't made from a rope at all. It was actually made from the human hair of a deceased loved one, as was customary in the late 1800s. I wanted the nightmares to stop, so I sold it to him. Unfortunately, it didn't work that way. Now, I spend my time trying to track it down, hoping to return it so I can finally get some sleep.
I like that not all of these stories have some happy endings. And Eternal Flame.
I've all seen them by the side of the road. These unkept, smudged, hopeless people holding cardboard signs. Sometimes they have props. Baby stroller, a pet, gasoline can. Something to lend credence to the thin fiction that they need money for something other than booze. It was a man with a need gas sign with the red gas can on the ground that I saw when I drove into Salem 6 unlucky years ago today. Tried to ignore him, not making eye contact, but I was stuck at a red light and pretending he wasn't there was getting really awkward. So I reached into my pocket and pulled out $2, rolling down my window just a crack. Here you go, buddy. I pushed the money through the opening of the window. That was when, for the first time, I really looked at his face. or what was left of his face. It was a single eyeball just looking back at me, bulging out of a charred skull. I was absolutely frozen in terror until the blackened shape of uncovered finger bones reached out to take the money. And that's when I let it fall to the ground and slammed on the accelerator. I didn't even care that the light was red. In the time since then, I've picked up pieces of the legend. A shell-shocked war veteran, unemployable and alcoholic, became a familiar sight in Salem, begging by the roadside. Citizens stopped giving him money, thinking he would just move on to a bigger city. He responded by creating one of the most traumatic spectacles in town history, setting himself alight in the middle of town during evening rush hour. Ever since that roadside encounter, I've been seeing little wisps of flame out of the corner of my eye, like brief flashes that are gone as soon as I turn my head, sending nauseated chills through my whole body. Is this tormented spirit following me now? Whether he intends it as a blessing or a curse, I just want to be as far as possible from this horrifying specter.
And next time we get to go to a mental hospital. So I'll leave it at that to just think about veterans and veterans and homeless and ancient. I wouldn't even know where to connect the hair, the braided hair wreath, because there are indigenous people who do that. I'm wondering how they would connect that with this game. I would think they would go like the easiest way and say it was just paganism. But maybe not. Maybe not. I'll leave it with the game talking about how we treat our veterans and how we treat homeless people. And then next time we're going to a mental hospital. We're getting somewhere. There's a contract that the Bell Killer is apparently involved with. The ghost girl is still around, dancing on top of roofs. It took a while for Ronan to know Joy's name. And that, yeah, there is a connection. And also in the back of the mind, Baxter is still involved with the case and is taking it more seriously than anybody else. And Rex got his flowers back. Thumbs up for that. He lost them in the middle of all that. All right. That'll be it for today. I don't know if we're able to finish this all next time. I'm never sure about endings. Next week might be the end of this. It might not be. We'll see. Until then, though, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And take care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. See you next time, everyone. Bye.